Hi everyone, hope you're all okay, and welcome to lesson 8 of Out of Goodbye to Guilt. And this lesson's called Forgiveness Releases Me from My Past. So in our lives, if our lives are not going well and we're feeling a lack of love, Gerald says we're often tempted to look for external factors to blame, people, situations, and we look to blame these. Forgiveness is about letting go of whatever we think people, the world, or God has done to us, as well as whatever we think we have done to them. So it's about it is about just letting releasing all the emotions and feelings. So he goes on to describe a description of forgiveness. Forgiveness paints a picture of a world where suffering is over, loss becomes impossible, and anger makes no sense. Attack is gone, and madness has an end. What suffering is now conceivable, what loss can be sustained. The world becomes a place of joy, abundance, charity, and endless giving. It is now so light to heaven that it quickly is transformed into the light that it reflects. And so the journey which the Son of God began has ended in the light from which he came. So forgiveness paints a picture of a world where suffering is over and its loss becomes impossible and anger makes no sense. So as soon as we learn to forgive, we can release the feelings of guilt and anger and anything whatever we've been carrying. He also goes on to talk about the principles for peace. So in order to practice forgiveness as our single function, it is essential to train ourselves to concentrate on peace of mind as our single goal. To help him remember this, he made up what he calls the 3 cardinal principles for experiencing peace. Have peace of mind, peace of God as my single goal. Have forgiveness as my only function, and postpone making any decisions until I have quieted my mind and listened to my inner voice. Other names for the inner voice: the voice of God, the inner teacher, gut feeling, or intuition. Now, have you ever had that gut feeling? I have, and I've completely ignored it and carried on doing what it was telling me not to do. So yeah, it's about actually taking the time to actually listen to that gut feeling and acknowledge it. He goes on that blocks of the awareness of peace. So as adults, we carry all these grudges and we hold on to grievances for months or even years. And when we are unforgiving, we are unable to forgive them and we're able to forgive ourselves. So the goal of the ego is to cause conflict, anger, murder and war. Okay. The biggest teachers of forgiveness are children. They can fall out and say, I'm not going to play with you again. But then a few minutes later, they start playing because they haven't got an ego part of their mind. So they literally do let go of it. They do let go of things as children. But as we get older, we hold on to these situations and we hold on to the grudges and everything. Now, I know over the years I have held on to things which have not done me any good, and recently, since I've actually started doing work on through this book, I've been able to release a number of them to let them go. So having peace of mind is the enemy of our ego. So the ego is not going to want us to actually have the peace of mind, so it will cause all the things for you to think about to cause the guilt, and so that you don't forgive the other people. So forgiveness releases you from the past. So I'm going to just read a bit out of the book again. So it's called Goodbye to Guilt by Gerald G Jampolsky. It says, forgiveness releases me from the past. Whenever I see someone else as guilty, I am reinforcing my own sense of guilt and unworthiness. I cannot forgive myself unless I am willing to forgive others. It does not matter what I think anyone has done to me in the past or what I think I may have done. Only through forgiveness can my release from guilt and fear be complete. So the steps for the lessons on this one is: step 1 is, if you find yourself blaming someone today, stop and reflect on the following. If you had gone through the same childhood and life experiences as the person you are judging against, isn't it possible that you might have behaved in a similar manner? Then see the scared and fearful child in that person who, if he or she felt perfect love, would not behave in the way. Forgive and send them love. Number 2, review at least twice during the day the 3 cardinal principles for experiencing peace. I'm determined to have peace of mind, peace of God, and as my single goal today. I am determined to have forgiveness as my only function today. I will postpone making any decisions until I have quietened my mind and listened to my inner voice. Number 3, if you feel tempted today, regardless of the seeming justification to blame anyone, remind yourself that the loving eyes of God are all sinless and innocent. Number 4, choose today to let go of all your past misperceptions about yourself and others. Instead, be determined to join with everyone you meet, or even think about today and say, I see you and myself only in the light of true forgiveness. And number 5, he says, accept the happiness and joy that you have earned today through your practice of complete and total forgiveness of yourself and of others. And he says, with loving you, you have no need except to extend it. So that's from Gerald G Jampolsky, Goodbye to Guilt. So what I will do, I will put the lessons in my group Transforming Your Life. So that's lesson number 8. There's a few more lessons to go. I missed last week because I actually did videos for British Nutrition Foundation Healthy Eating Week. So here's the video for this week. I hope you find it useful. So let's get forgiving and release ourselves from our past, okay? So that we can move forward with our life and live our life in a better, healthier way. I hope that resonates with you and I hope it makes sense. If you've got any questions or you want to clear any kind of trauma or any kind of guilt what you've had from your past, please message me. I have many tools which we can work on to actually help you release it. So look forward to speaking to you all soon and stay safe, everyone.